Hey everyone, it's Oladipo here. This is the Mercedes-Benz all-electric, the first all-electric EQC 400. It's a car that is very capable. All-electric, very, very comfy, very, very plush. But many people have said a lot of things, good things about this car. But I'm here to let you know that having lived with this car for 3 months, I've found 5 annoying things I'd like to share with you. Stay with me. By the way, like this channel and watch this to the end to be able to get all the 5 annoying things that I want to share with you. Thank you. Now, the first annoying thing about the EQC, as lovely as it is my glasses, sunglasses compartment. Not exactly this one with regards to what it does, because I love this. This is one of the greatest features of the EQC. I used to have the S350 S-Class, and it has that as well. I used to own an Audi A8, and it has that feature as well, even the Q7 that I have. So I love that. But the problem is that this one is situated close to the SOS. If you can just zoom into that. The SOS facility, the call when you have an emergency situation that you press to be able to make the call. So many times when I'm driving on the motorways and I want to reach out for my glasses without looking, I end up opening this and pressing the, I've not managed to press it yet, but I could imagine somebody doing that and setting off a panic alert somewhere from a particular emergency place. So they could have thought about this a little bit more, possibly relocated the SOS calling button to somewhere different, so that when I'm trying to open my sunglasses compartment, I don't stumble upon a different button that could be very, very, very unsettling. So that's my first annoying thing. Okay, the second annoying thing about the EQC is what you don't expect. It could just be me sometimes. You know, somebody is just weird. But I have issues with, there's a little spring here that whenever I want to come off, because I actually sit higher up, you know, if you're very tall, you sit lower up, that might not be an issue for you. Because I sit higher up a little bit, if I want to come off from the car, a little spring just presses into me. I love the softness of everything, but when I'm trying to get up like this, just right there behind, just in my hamstring area, there's a little resistance, almost like a spring. I think it's part of the seat structure. But I was thinking, could they have done that better to make it nice and soft, so that as I'm getting out, I'm not hitting the almost like a hard surface that is pushing through the cushion. And I'm like, okay, I can notice that. So maybe that's a different way of getting out and in and out of this car that I have not figured out. But for some reason, that does my head in sometimes. So what do you think? What do you think about this particular part? I've possibly not noticed it in other cars that I've driven. Maybe because of the weight is higher up, and I love to sit very higher up. And so that is for my own assessment. What do you think? Leave your comment. That is my second annoying thing. My third annoying thing about the EQC is because it does not come with the roof bars. You know, usually most SUV cars will come with the standard roof bars. I mean, almost like the 2 railings that will run across each side of the car. In my Q7, Audi Q7 that I currently have, it has the roof railings. Now, because it doesn't have it, I couldn't use my already purchased two-lay holders. So you can see that I've just installed the roof bars, and these holders right here that grip the car because this what is known as, I think, the bald roof. It doesn't have the already installed roof. It's the side roof railings, and I had to go and buy a different fitting fitting kit that will suit a bald roof car, which cost me about £130. £130 when I already have what could have just worked at the EQC, come with the roof, attaching roof bars that most cars in this category actually has. It's quite annoying. Nothing, I've got over it right now because I've already installed this, but it's something that could have saved me a few quid. The number 4 annoying thing that you might not actually consider is the navigation. Now, the Mercedes boasts some of the best infotainment systems in the business. This is a fantastic navigation system with some of the best innovations that is so good that you can't miss where you're going. The way it is programmed that just put the address, it can't take you to the wrong place. That good. But the problem is that when I'm driving on the motorway, look at how this divided. Now the one on the left right here, that's what I use the most. You might be different. I want to be very close to my junctions where I'm going. I don't use the bigger one that much. But why it is positioned on the left? I'm constantly wanting to keep my eyes on the road, but at the same time I'm looking at the one on the left. Now there is an integration right here, just in the trip computer right here. If you can just look at it. So there's a part of the navigation system that comes here, but it's not as good or as graphically designed and robust as this one on the left. I would have preferred this one on the left to be right there, just in front of me, so that I could just be able to look at it without having to look to the left. If you use your phone, it might just, you might not need this at all. But don't get me wrong, the sat nav itself is brilliant, but I would just preferred that particular part that I use the most to be in the middle. Now, the last annoying thing that bothers me a little bit is the fact that Mercedes-Benz could not rearrange the electric motor in the bonnet and provide extra space for us to be able to keep something in front of the car, like a little storage area, as we see in Teslas and in some other electric cars. Now, let me show you. You'll actually be stunned that even though this is an electric car, you realize that everything is filled with the electric motor and a whole bunch of things that make the car drive. But look at this. You would have thought that maybe they would have rearranged things in a different way, to the extent that maybe this particular portion here will be a little frunk where you can keep your bag, you can keep cables for charging, and so on and so forth. So that's a little bit disappointing, but not that, it bothers me, because the car is quite roomy at the back, and there is a frunk, or that's the underseat storage that I'm going to show you actually. But this is a little bit of a letdown. Perhaps, in the next models, Mercedes will do a better job to make sure that we're able to have a compartment at the front as well. Okay, well, why the frunk that is not there doesn't annoy me very much is because there is a storage place, which is actually very generous, that Mercedes has created here. So if you're going on holiday, maybe you're going to the beach, all the towels or the whole bunch of things that you don't want, to be annoying you around, can just be dropped in there. And if you arrange them nicely, you can actually get a lot into that with a whole bunch of the children clothes, and you fold the bags so that the bags can eventually come out later when you get your destination, and put all the clothes that you've neatly placed under the floorboard. And the boot is actually a good size, so it's ideal for a family, a small family, for holidays and whatever you want to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about that? If you disagree with any of my annoying things, I need to put the comment down just below, and let's see what you think. Maybe there are other annoying things you might have found if you own an EQC or you've driven an EQC before. So it was Oladipo. Please subscribe, and all the very best.